Okay, so we often get questions, how does it actually work? And how does it compare to some of the other products in the marketplace that have multiple filters? As you've noticed, when I showed you the filter change, you've got a single filter in here. Now, what you'll see is if you hold it up to the light, there's a squarish rectangle in the center, and in the center of this filter, there's a sheet of carbon. That carbon is designed to absorb the gases, fumes, and odors, and this mesh filter doesn't look like it should capture too much because it's fairly porous. You can see a lot of light through it, and you'd wonder, how does it actually work? Well, the company that makes this product, Dynamic Air Cleaners, or Environmental Dynamics Group, actually created a patent-pending or a patented filtering process. You see, there is a low voltage charge and a power head that supplies a 24-volt charge directly into the center of this filter, which essentially activates it, turns the whole filter into a magnet. That allows it to capture the ultra-fine smoke particles that happen to be drawn in through the machine. So that's actually how it works. It's extremely efficient, but because of the porous nature of the filter, you maintain a lot of the airflow. Now, some of the competing models actually start out with a CFM, or airflow rate, of 750 with the free flow fan, assuming no filters were in there. But by the time you load in their pre-filter, their carbon, 27 pounds of carbon or whatever they're offering, or the carbon cylinders, and then a HEPA filter, the actual airflow is closer to 260 CFM. So they're cutting that massive fan speed down by 2/3, down to 1/3 of the original power. So that's one of the negatives of some of those other models. You've got 3 filters to deal with. From a complexity standpoint, I know I could ask my 14-year-old son to change this filter and he'd figure it out. Grandma can change this filter and figure it out. I know with some of the competing brands that I've looked at and compared, the filter change process confuses me. I'm an air quality guy. I'm very handy. So simplicity, our home smoke eaters really got all of the other ones beat. The other factors are that with those multiple stages of filters, the costs get very high very quickly. So you've got pre-filters, you change them every so often. You get the carbon banks. They're supposed to last years according to some of these competitors, but in a high smoking environment, really doesn't last that long. So you've got a bank of carbon that might cost you $220, $260, $285 for the cylinders in one of the companies. Very expensive. Pre-filters costing $30, $40 each. HEPA filters that are costing $90. I've run some numbers. I've talked to the manufacturers of the competing companies, and many of those are basically ending up with $400 plus per year in filter costs just for a heavy smoker. Now, the CT500 home smoke eater, yes, the filters do cost you money. A heavy smoker, you're going to change this filter about every month. A moderate smoker, maybe you'll get 2 months out of it. But the bottom line is, if you're buying 6 at a time, they're $20 each. So even if you're spending $20 a month, it's $240 a year, considerably less than the competitors. But that's only 66 cents a day at $20 a month. Now, if you're a moderate smoker, or you smoke outside or at work or whatever half the time, you may be thinking, I'm a pack-a-day guy. How much of that's actually at home? 10 cigarettes? So in that case, you're going to likely get 2 months out of each filter. That drops your cost to 33 cents a day or $10 a month, which is very reasonable. It's the least costly of all the products out there that I've seen as far as ongoing filter expense. So simplicity, quiet, predictable, low filter costs. You make up your own mind, but those are some of the benefits that I see in considering the home smoke eater. So we'll talk to you soon.